slap in the face. Sweetie, what do you have to do with this? Like, and besides, have you seen the prices of his tours? Honey, no. Shut the fuck up and be grateful. It's not a type, it's a fetish. His ego is just so fucking inflated. It's inappropriate, it's disgusting. Can somebody get this bitch some water because he's so fucking thirsty? Hey, what's up you guys, it's me Luke and welcome back to another video, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So today I thought I would go ahead and do a video that I literally had no intentions of doing whatsoever. I'm gonna be real with you, I shy away from doing drama related videos just because they're so oversaturated. There are so many out there, but now and then I like to do kind of commentary and critique videos. You may have seen some of them on my channel, but very rarely do I do videos based on one specific person. It's normally on a broader topic, like on my Facetune video, my Instagram video, my mental illness video, all that type of stuff. I rarely do it on a specific person just because I hate coming across as hateful. That's really not what my channel is about. It's all just about a good time here, but then also really being honest and real and deep and cutting the bullshit. And today, that's what we're gonna do. Even though we're speaking about a specific person, that person in question being James Charles, it's more just about his actions and what he represents and how I feel he is representing the bad side of influencers. And you know what, I need to stop rambling and just get into it because I can already tell this video is going to be a long one, but I'm not going to do a lot of crazy edits. Just want to sit down and have a raw chat with you guys. So if you have been under a rock for the past couple weeks, then you would have missed all of the James Charles drama. Now, for the past, I'd say month, 2 months, every single day I hear something new about James Charles. There is constantly drama about this man. It's absolutely insane. You know, James Charles has always been one who has been in drama. I mean, he built his whole career based off of scandals. If you don't know what I'm referring to, he built his career off of that photo of himself where it was him in his senior picture and he's like, oh my god, I'm so extra, I brought a ring light with me to my senior picture, when really he actually edited the ring light into his eye. It's a whole thing. But that's honestly just the tip of the iceberg, hunty. Let's just go ahead and get into it today. So what has happened today that has inspired me to make this video is Tati Westbrook, queen, glam life guru, love her so much. She uploaded a video called Bye Sister. Almost started a movement, hashtag Bye Sister. And the video is basically a 40-minute expose on Miss James Charles. Now, Tati is one of the most genuine YouTubers on this platform, if not the most genuine beauty guru. So if you know that she's gonna make a video like this, you know this shit is serious. What sparked this entire thing, just for those of you who do not know, I am gonna get into my opinions, but I just feel like I need to give a bit of context, is Tati has a supplement brand called Halo Beauty. It's like a supplement for like hair, skin, nails. She is extremely passionate about this. You can tell the way she speaks about it. She does her research. She's really passionate about it. However, her number one competitor is Sugar Bear Hair. You guys have probably seen them all around. The Kardashians are constantly promoting that shit. And its main ingredient is sugar, and it basically is a complete and utter scam and waste of money. And James Charles decided to go ahead and promote this brand on his Instagram story after Coachella, saying that they happened to help him out with security and that's why he's doing it. When, like, let's be honest, James Charles, let's cut the shit. I don't get why you didn't just buy security. Like, Lord knows you're a billionaire, you could totally afford it. But no, I just think James wanted free shit. He's like, any which way I can get free shit, why the hell not? Just keeps the money flowing. But yeah, he took this sponsorship, which a lot of people were like, oh my god, Tati's crying over vitamins, because she posted an Instagram story where she was crying about it. But I knew from that Instagram story, I was like, first of all, this is a massive betrayal, because Tati is constantly promoting James Charles. She's constantly promoting his palettes, his code James 10% off. She is so incredibly supportive of him, and not once have I ever heard James Charles speak about Halo Beauty on his YouTube channel. And Tati says in her video that it's because James didn't want to advertise a supplement to his young audience, yet he does it on his Instagram story with Sugar Bear Hair. It's a complete and utter slap in the face. A lot of people, including Miss Gabrielle Zamora, who, sweetie, what do you have to do with this? Like, just stay out of it. I mean, I know I'm kind of being hypocritical considering I'm talking about this, but it's different. Like, he's a huge influencer and he's giving his 2 cents, basically slamming Tati, saying, oh, you're getting upset over vitamins. There are people in Africa who are starving. There are people who can't do this, but like comparing her to all of these situations that aren't relevant to the situation that we're discussing. I really hate it when people are like that, where they're like, oh, there's people starving in Africa. Like, yes, there are, but you don't get to minimize someone's pain. Everybody's pain is valid. This is something I had to learn when I was younger, because I struggled to empathize with people because I was going through a lot of shit, and when people would go through other shit that I was like, that's not even that big of a deal. You need to learn to understand that everything is relative to an individual, and if she's upset by that, don't minimize her pain. She's allowed to be upset by that, okay? And also, you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. There was obviously a lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes, which we now know because Tati spoke about it in a video. Highly recommend you check that video out. Wow, like just, we're gonna get into it, sweetie. Gabriel Zamora was completely out of place for this. I'm actually really just done with him, unsubscribed, unfollowed. I forgave him over the whole Dramageddon last year, but nah, he's done. He's not to be messed with. Now, James Chihuahua. Let's go ahead and talk about him. So the fact that he literally was bought out by Sugar Bear Hair and did not even give a second thought to Tati and how this would affect her, it's not even just about the product itself. It's about loyalty, and it's about showing that you care. It's just, it leaves a very bad taste in everyone's mouth. And honestly, I've been slowly getting really irritated with James Charles. When I go through my Instagram stories or Snapchat stories, I honestly just tap through his. For a while now, I've been like, why do I even follow this guy? And today was like the last straw for me, this entire thing. I finally unfollowed and unsubscribed to him on everything. I'm just like done with this man. It's sad because a long time ago, I really did like him and really did enjoy his videos. And I even considered going to his tour at one point, but it just didn't work out. And besides, have you seen the prices of his tours? Honey, no. Tell me why the VIP ticket to a James Charles concert is $500, but then a Billie Eilish one is $300. Sis, shit's just not adding up. But anyway, besides that, I'm gonna get sidetracked a lot in this video, by the way. If you're new here, I I go on a lot of tangents, so have fun with that. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, anyway, another drama that happened before this that kind of was like really pissing me off about James is James Charles has a fetish. And I try not to shame people's fetishes, but if your fetish negatively affects other people and goes against people's will and goes against their consent, which is the most important thing when it comes to anything romantic or sexual, is consent, then that's where I take issue with it. James Charles has a fetish, and it is a fetish, okay? It's not a type, it's a fetish for straight men. He has no interest in dating gay men. He has a fetish of turning straight men gay. This is evident, like, I don't need to show it. You probably all know this. He is constantly talking about how much he loves straight men, about how all the crushes he has, leaving thirsty comments on people like Shawn Mendes. He leaves thirsty comments all over their Instagram. That new Jeff guy who's in the vlog squad, thirsty. Can somebody get this bitch some water because he's so fucking thirsty? Honestly, it's insanely ridiculous. And then when you had that whole drama with Gage Gomez, but if you don't know what that is about, James Charles is basically speaking to this guy for a while. The guy said he was bi-curious, might be bi, I don't really know. And then James invited him to Coachella. At first, Gage didn't want to go, but then he decided to go. And then when they were there and Gage didn't want to perform in the activities that James Charles wanted him to, James Charles got upset and frustrated and acted as if Gage was just using him, when no, people are allowed to change their minds, James. He didn't say he was bisexual, he said he was bi-curious. Therefore, he's curious, he's not certain, therefore he is trying it out. If he tries it out and doesn't like it, that is okay. He didn't lie to you, he was being honest. So the entire Gage Gomez and James Charles situation is just an absolute mess, and just shows how James feels as though he is entitled to people, entitled to these men. And this is what Tati spoke about in her video. She detailed this event where they were sitting at a dinner and he was arguing with his father, saying that everybody is a little bit gay. And I don't really agree with people on that comment. I mean, I myself am bisexual, so I can see where people are coming from. I find both men and women attractive, but I know that's not the case for everyone. I know there are some people, some straight men who genuinely have no interest in men, and some straight women who have genuinely no interest in women. I can totally understand that, and I don't understand why James doesn't understand that. I think it's because he is, to be frank, self-centered and is only looking at things from his perspective. Of course he's gonna think everyone's a little bit gay because he is gay and he finds men attractive. I find men attractive, I find women attractive. I don't understand how people can't find one or the other attractive, but I can accept that. It's just like how I'm not transgender, so I don't understand how somebody would want to change their gender, but it's not my place to understand because I'm not transgender. I can't understand that if I'm not that person, but I can respect it. It's like being black. I'm not black. I can't understand the struggles of being black, but I respect the struggles and I respect black people and I empathize with them because of that. Do you understand where I'm getting from? You know what I mean? Everything is about putting yourself in someone else's shoes. And I feel like James doesn't do that. And just the fact that he was arguing with his father over that, it's just really inappropriate. Like, who the fuck talks to their family about that type of stuff? Especially your father, like, ew. And then apparently there was a waiter at the table and he was saying these really sexually explicit things that he wanted to do the waiter, but Tati was like to him, James, stop, he's straight. But James was like, I don't care, I'm famous. The level of entitlement, is that a word? Entitledness, and his ego is just so fucking inflated. The fact that he thinks just because he is famous that he can get these straight men to be attracted to him. James, if these straight men do something with you, it's not because they're attracted to you. It's because you have money and it's because you have fame. You cannot buy someone's attraction. You cannot pay a gay person to be attracted to women. You cannot pay a lesbian to be attracted to men. That's not how it works. Out of all the people in this world, you should know it. But once again, it's a fetish. When people have these fetishes, they don't think logically. It's just about what they want and it's about power. James Charles is so fucking power hungry. He is so fucking power hungry. It is insane. He's literally like the Cersei Lannister of YouTube. Oh my god, that was kind of a good reference. It is actually disgusting. And what disgusts me even more is the way he behaves, knowing that he has a young audience. James Charles knows that his audience is a bunch of teenagers, young teenagers, really young people, and he is constantly talking and posting about sucking dick. And people are always like, oh, well, they're kids, they shouldn't be on the internet. No. Kids are on the internet and you need to accept that. We're not gonna have this backwards thinking of like, oh no, kids, like, just, they are, okay? And you need to be aware of your demographics. I'm aware of mine and I'm a small YouTuber. Why isn't he being aware and acting accordingly of his? If you know you have a younger audience, why are you constantly talking about sexually explicit things? It's inappropriate, it's disgusting, and I'm honestly surprised that brands and YouTube continue to endorse him. YouTube is constantly flagging people and demonetizing people because their content is not family friendly. Yet the YouTuber they chose to go to the Met Gala is James Charles, one of the least family friendly channels out here on YouTube. Yeah, he may not cuss, but the amount of things that he says and the things that he represents is disgusting. He is a terrible role model to children, and let's get into why I think that is. First of all, his entitlement. So I remember a couple occasions. I remember when James Charles wanted to buy a Tesla, and he was getting frustrated because he couldn't test drive the Tesla because he wasn't 21. So what did he do? He tweeted Elon Musk. Elon Musk, I want to ride your Teslas, but I can't. Really disappointing. You think that just because you have all this power and you're famous and you can tweet someone, they're suddenly going to bend their rules for you? No, Elon Musk didn't do that. Also, why did James feel the need to do that when he's friends with all these YouTubers who have a Tesla? He obviously just did it because he's power hungry and he was like, if I can get Elon Musk to change his mind and his rules and policies for me, that might boost my ego a little bit. Everything is about a power trip. He just wants to boost his ego. That's literally all it is. And now that I'm realizing it, oh my god, I just looked in the viewfinder. My hair looks a mess. Sorry about that. But now that I realize that, I can't unrealize it, and I'm not trying to seem hateful, but I can't look at him without being disgusted. Like, knowing all of the things that we know now, he honestly just disgusts me. And then after that, he posted a video about like driving with James Charles. It was some sort of Q&A video, and he was getting really disappointed because the video was not performing as well as he hoped. It had, I think, 2 million views in 24 hours, and that just wasn't enough for James. And he has gone on about this on several occasions whenever his videos underperform about how they don't have as many views. And it's like, shut the fuck up and be grateful. Not everyone is gonna like what you post. You're a makeup channel. Obviously, if you make a video that isn't about makeup, it's not gonna get as many views. Like, that's honestly just ridiculous. People are interested in what they're interested in. They're gonna watch what they're gonna watch. He is just so entitled, and he whines and complains as if this earth is his fucking playground and as if the world owes him something. The world doesn't owe you jack shit. You are just a privileged white guy. Like, obviously I don't know everything about James Charles, but from what I've seen and what I can tell, he had a pretty easy upbringing besides the fact that he was gay. He comes from a middle-class white family living in America, and he literally blew up and became famous when he was 17 years old and is a fucking millionaire at 19. Do you know what most 19-year-olds are doing? James Charles, I'm 19 years old. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm working a minimum wage wage casual job while trying to slag my way through university, and that student debt, honey, is just piling on up. I honestly sometimes just wonder how I'm gonna pay the bills and get some food for my next meal. But James Charles is whining because his video didn't get enough views and because he can't test drive a Tesla. It is so ridiculous. Now let's move on to his whole spiel that he always goes on about influencers. He's constantly whining about how influencers don't get the recognition they deserve and they pull more numbers than celebrities. And I was watching this really great video by this YouTuber named, I think her channel name is As Told by Kenya. And she made such great points about how, you know, this is your lane. Your lane is social media. Of course, your audience is going to like all of your posts and you get all these views as opposed to a mainstream celebrity. But you know what? If you came up with an album and then like Beyonce came out with an album, it says nobody's gonna buy a fucking album. You may get more likes than certain singers and actors, but it doesn't mean that you're more famous than them. As somebody who goes on about how much he loves business, he really doesn't understand the different aspects of the entertainment world, okay? The entertainment world has its avenues. You have your events. James Charles, you have your Coachella, you have your Teen Choice Awards, you have your Shorty Awards, you have it all. You have gotten so many awards. Why are you complaining about not getting to go to every single fucking event? Next thing he'll be complaining he's not going to the Oscars. Well, guess what? You're not a fucking actor. And he got invited to the Met Gala and was behaving as if he should have been invited. Like, yeah, he was like, oh yeah, it's an honor and whatever. But he was like, yeah, I'm so glad I'm paving the way for influencers. Like, shut the fuck up, okay? First of all, you're not the first YouTuber who where Liza Koshy was. But even then, Liza Koshy's kind of breaking into mainstream celebrity with her TV show and the fact that she like does a lot of stuff with Vogue. James Charles was invited by YouTube or Alexander Wang or whatever. Besides this fact that his outfit was like a hot ass mess, which it literally looked like he was going to Coachella. Nobody was looking at him on the red carpet. There's this clip of him online circulating of no one taking his photo, nobody interviewing him just walking around aimlessly. And that's because you're not a mainstream celebrity. That's not your field. But take James Charles to a Coachella or a Playlist Live or a VidCon, and of course people are gonna go nuts for you. Just stay in your lane. Why can't you just be grateful for what you have? You are the biggest beauty channel on YouTube, one of the biggest channels on YouTube. You are a millionaire. Like, just be grateful for what you have and stop fucking whining. The disgust in my mouth. This just shows the bad side of influencers. Some of them are just getting so egotistical. They just lose such sight of how they got to where they are. Never forget that the reason you are where you are is because of your followers. And he's like, I just hate it. Like, he always goes on about how much he loves his sister, yet he is constantly charging these insane ticket prices when you full well know that your audience is young. How are they supposed to pay for this shit? And the fact that he behaves this way, you know, going on about all these sexually explicit things when he knows that he's got a young audience. It's disgusting. Honestly, he honestly is behaving like a predator. He is egotistical and he is so power and money hungry. It's disgusting. And I can't tell you what to do, but if you want to support that, then sis, you need to rethink. You need to reevaluate, because I, as of today, will no longer support James Charles. That's it for this video, guys. I feel like I went off a little bit. She might have snapped, but I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below what you thought of it, subscribe if you're new, and turn on the post notifications bell. And follow me on social media and let me know what your thoughts are. I'd really love to know what your thoughts are on the situation. This video was not me trying to be hateful. I just had a lot of strong opinions about this that I wanted to share. So I did. You know, that's the beauty of having a YouTube channel and a camera. So yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I'll see you in my next one, and I hope that you have a great day or night wherever around the world. Bye. Yeah, yeah, yeah.